It is good, it's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be going over and ranking our top 10 small forwards in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. Now, before I dive any further into that, guys, I do want to say, go watch the shooting guard list. Because, like, a guy like, let's say, Trace McGrady, Brandon Roy, they're going to be on the shooting guard list. Could they possibly play small forward? They could, even Bruce Bowen. But if they're on my shooting guard list, they're not going to be on my small forward list. So just kind of a little bit of a disclaimer before we do dive any further into this list today. Now, when I came up with this list, I left out a lot of guys that I really do like. So we're just going to be doing some honorable mentions first and foremost. Now, some honorable mentions of some guys that I really do like that just couldn't quite make the cut. You got to go basically to the Sapphires, right? Because Sapphires and above, obviously most of those guys are going to make this list. I really like Franz Wagner. He couldn't quite make the list. James Posey, if you're talking about James Posey with the duo, would make the list. Obviously, without the duo, does not make the list. The other guy I want to talk about is Matt Barnes. Wherever Matt Barnes is, another guy I absolutely love that just didn't quite make the cut. Now, we're going to start off at number 10 with Emerald Jordan Walsh. Some people are probably going to have this card a little higher. I really do like his player build. He is a star on the gnome, but he's spent squad series right now. And for 5,600 MT, good luck getting much better. 74 3-ball feels like a 90. Defensively is absolutely incredible. One problem is, again, I'd recommend playing him at the small forward more than the power forward. Right now, I'm playing him at power forward, but again, would love him at the small forward position more just because his rebounding stats are not great. So that's kind of my biggest concern with Jordan Walsh. But when it comes down to 3-and-D guys in my team, it does not get much better than this Emerald. Smooth release, great defense, good player, model player build. I'm a big fan of Jordan Walsh. At my number 9, we're plugging in, I'm confused on the tier. Not Amy, not Sapphire, Ruby. Ron Artest, 6'7", 6'10 wingspan. Has some decent hot spots as well. Very similar to Jordan Walsh, 74 3-ball, decent speed. Thing about Ron Artest is he's going to be better defensively. That's the one thing about Ron Artest. The problem is he's way more expensive. So would I go out and buy Ron Artest for 70,000 MT right now? No. Do I recommend you guys doing that? No. But he's got a good release. Defensively, he's absolutely incredible. His lateral quickness is a 91, which is immaculate. That cannot go unnoticed. From top to bottom, I'm a big fan of what Ron Artest does provide for you and your specific squad. And if you guys are looking for a small forward to pick up, I definitely do recommend Ron Artest. One of my favorite overall cards right now to just use in my team. At my number 8, we're plugging in legendary path Lamar Odom. He's kind of a jack of all trades, can do everything at a decent level in my team. And I know you guys might be looking at Lamar Odom like, Ty, his defensive stats aren't that good. Okay, but he's 6'10 at the small forward position. He's got some good hot spots. He comes with 22 base badges. He can handle the ball a little bit. He rebounds a little bit, makes plays, has bronze catch and shoot, good enough release. He can do everything at a really solid level in my team. And at the small forward position, I think that's what's important. I think that's what you guys need to be able to do, is get small forwards that can do everything at a really solid level. Lamar Odom's not going to be the best sharpshooter in the world. He's not going to have the best primary on-ball defense in the world. But he's going to play lanes. He's going to knock down shots. He's Lamar Odom, coming in at my number 8. At my number 7, a free card here that you guys could go grind out right now, Ruby Cam Whitmore. Now, do I love the release of Cam Whitmore? I don't love it. It's green. It just is weird. It is straight up and down, and it is easy to green. It's just weird. It's not my favorite release in the game. But here's what Cam Whitmore provides, okay? 6'7", 6'8 wingspan, good 3-ball, good speed, good lateral quickness, really solid defense. And again, offensively can hold it down. I do love his badge count, right? You're looking at a card with 24 base badges. Release is fine. And he is very similar to the guys that I've already covered, right? Pretty similar to like a Lamar Odom, in which you could just put him out on the court and he is going to do a lot of things well for you. Talk about a guy that gets great defensive animations, Cam Whitmore. I remember it was early on in the early on stages of my team, and I played my first Players Lounge wager. Shout out Players Lounge. Go download the app if you haven't yet. With Cam Whitmore, and he got great defensive animations. Okay, literally outstanding defensive animations. So that's the one thing about Cam Whitmore when I'm comparing him to some of the other guys that I've even already talked about and covered is I do know Cam Whitmore is going to get you guys crazy defensive animations on the court, and you guys probably really will like that in my team. Coming in my number 6, we're plugging in Ruby Andre Iguodala. Now, Iggy, again, I do think is overpriced. I don't think he is worth the MT. But look at his badge count. 30 base badges, 83 ball, 79 speed, great defense. Tendency-wise, really solid as well. And even has a good dribble style. There's no flaws with Andre Iguodala at all. None. And honestly, you could probably put Iggy all the way up at number 4, in my opinion, on this list. Like, I like Iggy that much in my team. The problem with Iggy is, okay, when you compare him to some of those top guys, does he make the cut? I don't think so. But I would have no issue at all with you guys playing Andre Iguodala on your best squad in the game. I would have no issues with it because as far as a 3-and-D guy in my team, he gets you stops. Great defensively. Offensively, he's going to be knocked down in the catch-shoot situation because his release is straight up and down. It's not the quickest, easy to kind of get contests off of, but it is straight up and down. Easy to time, easy green. Iguodala coming in at my number 6, a card I really do like. At my number 5, OG Anunoby. Why do I like him more than Iggy? Well, I think a lot of it has to do with his release. Okay, the OG Anunoby based on Quick, to me, is just better than the release of Andre Iguodala. Outside of that, Iggy's going to do a lot of other things better than OG. OG is a little taller, though, as well. Do I love OG? Would I recommend you guys locking in the set for him? No, probably not. But again, he has great shooting badges. Defensively is absolutely elite, absolutely incredible. And it comes down to his release not only being easy to green, but a lot quicker than a guy like Andre Iguodala. Not a card I'd recommend you guys, again, going and locking in, because you do have to lock in, what is it, about 30, 40,000, maybe 50,000 MT for OG Anunoby. Not worth that. But is he, in my opinion, a top 5 small forward in the game? Yes. And I am perfectly fine with saying that and giving him that credit, because again, if you have a release on Quick this early in my team, it definitely gives you the advantage. At my number 4, Diamond Shawn Marion. A lot of people are going to get mad at me for having him this low. I don't care, man. I do not care. I am not impressed with Shawn Marion in my team. 6'7", 6'10 wingspan, badge count, decent, 25, 79 3-ball, 82 speed, decent defensively. I want to do something for you guys, okay? Now, he's a better rebounder, but outside of rebounding, what does he do better than Iggy? Tell me. I mean, yeah, speed's a little better. I mean, post moves, okay. I mean, let's be honest. Iggy can even handle the ball way better. Shawn Marion's a better, obviously, rebounder. I do not love Shawn Marion in my team. I know he can get more badges. I know defensive badges. He has, some really good ones in here. But he can't even get clamps. I mean, can't even get anchor. Can't even get quick first step. What are we really gassing this Shawn Marion card for? Everybody's like, oh my gosh, Shawn Marion's so expensive and he plays in the best squad in the game. I mean, maybe, but there's nothing about Shawn Marion as I've looked at things that I'm really just like stunned and amazed about. The card is fine. If you want to use Shawn Marion, if you got him, he can absolutely play for you. But would I grind collector level strictly for this card? No, he is not that good in my team. Coming in at my number 3, a card I do like more than Shawn Marion, Jason Tatum. Compare their badge counts. Jason Tatum's base badges, you're looking at 44. Shawn Marion has what, 30 max, maybe 25? I don't even remember. Not as many as JT. JT's got an 87 3-ball, an 81 speed, good lateral quickness, good interior perimeter. Yes, rebounding stats aren't nearly as good, but even his defensive badges are way better than Shawn Marion's. I'm telling you right now, I'd much prefer running Jason Tatum compared to Shawn Marion. Now, with all of that being said, is Jason Tatum worth the price he's going for? No. Do not spend the MT on Jason Tatum. He is not worth that. But I do respect him. I mean, he has an easy release to time, easy to green. It's not the quickest, but again, it is super easy to time and to green. 6'8", good frame. Play him at that small forward position, and you will probably love Jason Tatum in my team. Definitely an upgrade, in my opinion, over a guy like Shawn Marion. If I had Jason Tatum, if I had locked him in, he would still be running for me in my team. Coming in at my number 2, legendary path, Grant Hill. Badge count only at 30. Obviously, JT has the advantage there. But at least with Grant Hill, he's got good defensive badges, great playmaking badges. And again, you look at his stats, there's not many flaws here. His release is interesting. Can you green with it? That's what it comes down to. I think his green window is pretty large. And my whole thing with Grant Hill is he's going to play great defense. That's the big thing, the big reason I love him. great lateral quickness, great speed acceleration. Pretty similar to a guy like, Jason Tatum and what he's going to give you on the court. It just comes down to who you prefer. For me right now, maybe it's because I have Grant Hill and have been running him. I do slightly prefer Grant Hill to a guy like Jason Tatum. Coming in at my number 1 best overall shooting guard in my team, there should never be any doubts. It is Amethyst Scottie Pippen by a pretty wide margin. And honestly, guys, is there anybody that is even close to being as good as this Scottie Pippen? No. This Scottie Pippen has such an advantage over any other shooting guard, and it's not particularly close. Now, badge count only has 22 base badges. Yes, that is a little concerning to me. The badge I'd make sure you put on him is catch and shoot. The rest of the badges, sure, yes, Claymore's going to help him. The badges like that are going to help. But he doesn't really need anything. Put catch and shoot on Scottie Pippen. You're going to definitely like what you see at that small forward position, the best small forward in the game by a wide margin. That's going to wrap it up for our video today, guys. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.